Hey everybody, you are being lied to about the situation in Chicago regarding Adam Toledo, the 13-year-old who was shot. Now, before we go any further, it is not a desirable outcome, obviously, when a 13-year-old gets put in any of these situations. But I'm going to tell you some facts, some evidence, and some circumstances surrounding this issue that the media is not telling you. So this entire situation happened around 2 a.m. And Adam Toledo, 13 years old, was being groomed by a known gangbanger by the name of Ruben Roman. Ruben Roman was a criminal. He was arrested at the scene of the shooting on a misdemeanor charge of resisting or obstructing a police officer. He had also been arrested on an unrelated warrant earlier this month. Officers charged him with child endangerment, aggravated unlawful use of a weapon by a felon, and reckless discharge of a firearm. So Ruben Roman is an adult. He was the one that was bringing Adam Toledo, a 13-year-old, along. Now, 2 a.m., Chicago, Southwest Chicago, I know that area. Officers were responding to 8 shots fired. Think about that. Bang, 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 bang. Wow. That'll wake up a whole neighborhood. Now, somebody shot 8 shots, and we don't know yet who did that. So police radio traffic begins pursuit. So footage shows Officer Eric Stillman catching Roman and then passing him off to his partner when he continues to chase Adam Toledo down a narrow alleyway. And Toledo was literally on the run from police officers. Now, again, this guy, he's 13 years old. He doesn't know what he's doing. Instead, he is being instructed to be a criminal by this guy, Ruben Roman. And Ruben Roman is the real person who should be blamed in this situation. Look at him. Here's a picture of Ruben Roman. This is the guy that should have all of your criticism. And so, in the final seconds of this encounter, on the body camera, the police officer can be heard repeatedly shouting at Toledo, "Stop and show me your effing hands." So Adam Toledo got flustered. Again, he's young. He's literally a child under an influence of a gangbanger and a broken gang culture that our leaders have refused to address, with a fatherlessness crisis and a criminality crisis. And Adam Toledo had a gun at the back of his waistband. And look at this picture right here. You can see it clearly of Adam Toledo holding the gun. Now, the media is not telling you this. The media is saying that he was shot just with his hands up. They're trying to create another Michael Brown situation of hands up, don't shoot. That is not the facts and circumstance of this case. In fact, look at this video right here that I think does a pretty incredible job of debunking this narrative. And this happens so quickly. And again, this is not a desirable outcome. In fact, I would even call this a tragic outcome for a 13-year-old play tape.
Please stop! Stop right now! Hands! Show me your hands! Stop it! Shots fired! Shots fired! Get an ambulance up here now! Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! You alright? Please stop! Stop right now!
No parent.
So Toledo begins to raise his hands as he's facing the officer when the officer fires his weapon. Now, this happened within 0.8 of a second, according to the Chicago police. And they have no reason to manipulate the facts here because everything is going to be brought to daylight here. In that period of time, his right arm disappears behind the fence and he begins to raise both hands. The officer had to make a decision in less than 1 second whether or not he was going to let the suspects He'd been chasing down a dark alleyway after 8 shots were fired, pull a gun out of his waistband, and possibly fire at him. What would you do in a situation like that? If you're a police officer, it's 2:30 in the morning. You're chasing a known criminal and a person you don't know through the streets after 8 shots are fired, and all of a sudden you see a gun and you have to make a decision in a split-second decision.